my soul tribe. What's up? Sending you guys some love. Checking in with you guys. It is day 3 of my fast. And now it's time to break fast. Yo! We made it through day 3. So as we approach day 3, I was feeling the lightheadedness that I was feeling, or dizziness, is kind of going away the more that I practice fasting regularly. And so it wasn't as bad like when I first started fasting. I had to ease myself into it, like I said on one of my other videos. So I had to do like 1 day fast. And then when that was kind of difficult because I got really lightheaded. So anybody that is thinking about fasting, that has never fasted, really take it easy, don't work, and stay near your bed until you can see how your body works. Because I'm telling you, my body was so imbalanced that, I know this sounds gross, but I had to keep a pee bucket next to the bed. Like, you know, it's like when you detox from drugs, like opiates. I've never had, but I've heard of stories from my friends and I've seen it, that, you know, you end up peeing and releasing on yourself. Well, it wasn't the case with fasting, but getting up, it was like, you know what I'm saying? So these are the natural things when you start healing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So taking consideration to that, detoxing from particular foods and toxins and poisons that are within these foods that are in our bodies when you fast is essentially the same thing as coming off a drug. And that's what I found out, because when I started first fasting and putting myself into fasting states, you know, I had to do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is more doable for beginners, where you fast and don't eat between 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. the next day. No food during that time, or drinks, maybe water, you know, but that's about it. But, and, you know, that's what I had to do in between time. In the meantime, when I would finish a 1 to 3 day fast, as much as I could do, right? And so it took me 1 day fasting, and then I was like, okay, I worked it up to 2 day fasting. And when I did that, I was like, okay, let me do intermittent fasting. So I tried that, and I was like, I'm gonna just push myself. And I made myself the next week do a 3 day fast. But in between that time of doing it, like, I was so dizzy, like I got up to pee, and that's why I had to put a bucket beside the bed to, you know, in order to potty if I had to, because when I got up to pee, I literally almost fell and hit my head. So that's why I'm warning you guys, because I also worked with another older woman in the community to try to help her heal her diabetes, also through diet and exercise. And she tried to fast like me because she thought, you know, she could do it, but her diabetes was even worse than me, and she was older and she was less active. So it affected her even more, and she didn't want to listen to me because I was younger and I don't have a doctor with a degree, although I am healing myself and I'm doing my own study and my own experimenting on my own body. So therefore I try to share with other people so they can, you know, experience and try for themselves. But the very least, you have to take the warnings, heed, you know, particular warnings for your own safety and other people's safety. And that she did not do. And so that's how I knew that her diabetes was even further along in her mind, because when your body is in dis-ease, you know, it's because your mind is, you know, because your body wouldn't be in dis-ease if your mind wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, clearly my mind was, or I wouldn't have been doing unhealthy habits to allow my body to have gotten this way. So that's one thing I had to tell myself, which is why I meditate regularly, so that I can sharpen my mind, heal my mind, decrease the cortisol stress hormone, which creates disease and, you know, aging of our cells. And so I tried to tell her this, and that's why I'm telling you guys this, for those that are beginning, you know, fasting. She didn't listen, and we went to the grocery store. Like I went to the grocery store on my 3rd day, right? So when I went on my 1st day, I realized, okay, I needed to have food put away, so after I finished my fasting, I could eat something immediately before I went anywhere. Well, I started to learn this as I practiced this, right? And so as I came across other people that needed help healing and stuff like that, I tried to share these words of wisdom that I had learned myself. And so she didn't want to listen to me. She had food at home. She didn't have to drive to the store. We ended up driving to the store, and we got into a car accident because her sugar spiked, because she had been fasting one day, and then I was like, we don't need to be driving, you're already off. I could tell because she was already having an attitude with me. She was yelling, because these are the signs of diabetes: irritability, moodiness, attitude, yelling. A lot of people, you know, that are in that state say it's because they're feisty, or, you know, it's their background, but it's really signs of diabetes. And how I know is because I was there. How I know, because I work with other people that have diabetes, that I'm help healing their diabetes. So as soon as they eat and it spikes their sugar, they can become irritable. Or if they haven't eaten or if they drink or consume something that has a lot of sugar, and then all of a sudden they have an attitude or violent or their whole personality changes, that's because their sugar has spiked. And same if they don't have sugar and then they get hangry, those are signs of diabetes. So I kept telling her, I was like, no, we don't need to go to the store because you're changing, right? And she decided to drive anyways. I meditated and was like, is it safe for me to go? And I felt it was safe for me to go, even though there was some risk, but I knew I would be protected because, I don't know, something just was like, okay, just go. I always listen to my heart. I'm starting to trust my own intuition the more I meditate. So when I hear my heart, my soul tell me, go, don't go, I'll listen to it. And it told me it was going to be a chaotic experience, but I would be safe. So I went, and nonetheless, we went into different stores as she was like grocery shopping, trying to find vegan things, which was cool, was good. She was trying to find vegan things, but then wasn't the time because she was fasting. So she needed to eat something before she drove and make sure that her sugar was balanced after she ate. So it would be okay, because when you get in that state, you're really a danger to yourself and society. Because what happened was, when we went to the grocery store, she was in her wheelchair and she was literally hitting people's carts and just going about her business, like unaware of what was happening behind her. Like she'd hit them and then keep going, and then the people would be like, ah! Like scared or, almost injured, or, what I'm saying, like shocked, or, all these things. So like this one woman, she hit her cart twice, almost 3 times, till like I had to like move her cart and move the other woman's cart, but that would have been a third collision with the same woman at different intersections. And she was none the wiser. She was so oblivious to what she was doing. And she kept saying, I'm fine. I know it's, you know what I mean? Because I kept telling her like, hey, you keep bumping people. No, I'm not. Right? They're not aware. This is why people get put into particular nursing homes or mental institutes if you choose to be unaware of yourself, because there's only so much other people can do if you don't want to do it yourself. And so this is why I take care of myself the way I do, because I'm the type of person where I learn through my own experiences, but I also am wise enough to learn from other people's experiences of what to do and what not to do, because it avoids me having to learn the hard way, right? Because a lot of people have to learn the hard way. And there's a few things like diabetes I had to learn the hard way, right? So now I'm trying to take the necessary steps and be proactive and really be disciplined and really be serious about my own health, because if I'm not, no one else will be, and I will be put into a hospital or a hospice or a mental institute or a nursing care when I get older, and it's nobody's responsibility but my own, because we're very capable to take care of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like you have the capacity to heal yourself. So if you don't heal yourself, and you can, then that's a choice, right? So that's what I was trying to tell her is, like you shouldn't be driving. You're like hurting all these people and not even realizing it, because you hurt them verbally, mentally, emotionally already. And now you're starting to hurt people physically and you're unaware of that. So it's just getting worse and worse and worse, you see? So the mind, that's why people don't know they're losing their mind, because it's the first thing to go. And so that is why I meditate as often as I do, because I see that. So people are unaware of how much of their mind that they're losing, and they just say they're okay or they're fine because they don't see themselves, because they're losing their minds. So I'm meditating because I'm almost 40. So I realize it's that time. Like I wish I would have started doing this a lot sooner, so I could have, bypassed a lot of the things that I've experienced. But nonetheless, I experienced them for a reason, probably to teach some of you what you can avoid and what to be aware of. Before it gets too late. And so the carts, were a sign that she shouldn't have been driving and walking and stuff like that. But it even got worse because I kept trying to warn her. So when you're not listening to your body and you have other people outside of you trying to tell you, then only then does your karma ensue to become even worse. So what happened was, I guess that's why my spirit was moving me to go with her, even though something was telling me you don't need to ride with her, but something was telling me, yeah, you need to ride with her. Like somebody said the not riding with her was something like it's gonna happen, but the thing was telling me to go was to see what I saw in order to vocalize to her what I was seeing, because she wasn't seeing it. So I had to be the voice of a reason to her, right? Like your family and friends try to tend to do, right? Especially the ones that care about you and other people. You know, you can usually tell which friend is genuine and sincere about people's lives, and that's me. And so like when I try to tell people, like if they don't listen, then more karma ensues for them. And so I say this to you guys just to share these experiences. Like next, we ended up getting into a car accident, and she T-bones a woman at the light. And I'm just sitting there like, I saw it coming. As she comes, I see the light turn red. She pauses and freezes and screams instead of hitting the brakes when it turns red. She sees the car, screams because her mind is not right, because her sugar is off. So her coordination was not working properly. It was slowed, super slowed. So much slowed that I saw the car coming. And when I saw it, I'm like, brake, brake, brake. I said it to her 10 times, and then she screams, and then we T-bone. And then I'm sitting there, I didn't have my seatbelt on. She had her seatbelt on. I go forward, and I was about to put my feet up, you know what I mean? So I could avoid the airbag crushing my face, so I could kind of kick back the airbag or something, because I had no idea. No airbag is ever deployed on me. So I had no idea. I was winging it. I put my feet up, and I felt a force come upon me like a shield, and my legs went down, and I'm like, why are they going down? And the airbag it deploys, and like a little puff of smoke just in front of me, like a little kid magic baby show, like you get a little bit of flour and just in somebody's face. That's what the airbag and the powder did to my face. It was like, and it was so slow motion. I was like, oh my God, this is funny. I looked over at her to see her reaction, and she's like, yeah! The airbag deploys and goes, smacks her in her face. She's got a seatbelt on, mind you. It hits her so hard, her dress pops open. She gets a burn, a airbag rash burn, whatever you call it, smoke burn on her breast. So she's got that as a reminder from her experience, you know what I'm saying? So like karma always leaves a sign. So if you're wondering if you're experiencing karma or bad luck, there's no such thing as good or bad luck. That is considered karma. So usually there's negative and positive karma, right? People look at it as good or bad, but in what I practice, we don't believe in good or bad, because even some situations that turn out bad can be really good. But usually negative karma comes from like the weighing of the negative deeds you're doing in life against life, your life and other people's lives. And that is why I had a good balance of karma. So we're both sitting in the same seats at the same level with the same accident, and you see she had a seatbelt on, I didn't. So you would think with me not having a seatbelt on, I would have went and had the effect. But ironically, I was not. Karma is real. And so when it was like slow-mo, I look over at her and she's like going wild. And then she's like, when the police come, tell them it was green, all these things, lie. I was like, I'm not lying for you. You almost killed someone. I told you you shouldn't be driving. I'm not lying for you. They have cameras. They can see on camera. Like, you can lie to yourself all you want. That's cool. But don't ask me to lie for you, because it's clearly on camera. So that breaks all my good karma. That's the whole reason why I was saved in this car accident. Unblemished, untainted, unscathed, because of my choices in life. So if you choose to do what you do, you can do you, and I'm gonna do me. And when the police got there, she lied to them, and they knew she was lying, and they looked at her like she was crazy and walked off. And they knew not to ask me, because like when they came to me, I just walked off. I want to go check on the other cars, because the other person's life was really important to me, just like hers. I've spent so much time with this woman because her life is important to me. I thought she was my friend. But a friend doesn't treat you these ways, but a friend is also not well. So I have to think about that too. So, in the times of loving myself, I be around people and I just try to focus on that. A lot of people don't act the way they normally would, or can't respond in a healthier manner because their bodies and their minds aren't in healthy states. So that's why part of my soul purpose and mission is to meditate, and to show as an example what my meditation is bringing to my life, you know, as far as my eating habit. Like, I'm breaking fast right now to heal my diabetes with going all electric. It's like that movie Frankenstein. So you know how Frankenstein gets brought back to life with electricity? Well, doesn't that make sense how Dr. Sebi talks about eating electric foods to heal ourselves from no disease? So seriously, if you have diabetes, cancer, AIDS, herpes, anything, you can heal it with an electric diet. And so that's what I'm eating. I'm breaking my fast. I first broke my fast with this peanut butter. I love this peanut butter. I recommend it to you guys. I'm not being paid or sponsored to promote this, but it is the shiznit. And I recommend it to all my friends that I'm like changing over to a holistic vegan diet. It is, can you see that? It is Crazy Richard's 100% peanuts, crunchy. They also have this kind here. This is the normal kind I get, and it has no added extra oils, no added salt, no sugar. So it is literally real raw peanut butter pulverized. This is the one I usually get, 100% peanuts, creamy. But for some reason, I was craving the crunchy one as I was pondering what I should break my fast with, because I got this. And you know, like when you used to go to the fair, and the fair has those apples that they caramelize and put peanuts on top of. I used to love those. So I'm trying to improvise and eat similar meals in my electric alkaline vegan diet that would emulate that, but in a vegan, healthier version. So without the sugar, without the processed stuff, junk, toxins, right? And so the closest way I could come up to that was getting this and dunking my fresh electric alkaline apple in it and eating it with the chunks, right? Because I had the chunk peanuts, and it was so good. It tastes just like fresh, raw caramel apples, but it's got the peanuts because it's the, you know what I'm saying? It's fresh, it's raw. It's like the idea of it. So breaking my fast, that was what I ate. 1 banana, 1 apple dipped in this stuff here. So good. Completely raw. That's why I like it. And it's 100% gluten, 100% plant-based, made in the USA, no sugar, no salt, gluten-free, no palm oil, and it's woman-owned. That's what I love it best. I get it from Publix. Like I said, this is the only place where I found it was at Publix. It's the best. It's the best around. And then the next dish that I'm actually breaking my fast with, I broke fast with that to get my stomach acclimated because it's been 3 days without food. So you gotta allow your stomach to kind of stretch or, you know, adjust to food. So, you know, usually eat like a handful of nuts or, you know, like that, like a fruit, you know, 1 or 2 fruits. And now I came to the meal. Now it's like, it's kind of eaten down because I ate most of it. And I posted on TikTok and on Facebook. Then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot my YouTube channel. That's why it's not been consistent, because I've been trying to balance everything with healing myself and meditating. But I've been consistent with meditating and going more vegan, a little more consistent with those. It's just been about posting about it. You know what I'm saying? So now I'll try to be a little more consistent with posting about it. Plus now I've got like a little new setup, so it looks a little fancier, you know. But anyway, so yeah, I shredded 1 whole cucumber. It was a really big cucumber. And I shredded it, right? This guy, can you guys see? And it's shredded cucumber. So it's like cucumber noodles. And then I diced some cilantro and put that on top. I diced some onions, red onions, and put that on top. I minced some ginger, put that on top, minced some garlic, put that on top. And that was all of the fresh garlics in there, or seasoned things in there. And then in another small bowl, I put a little bit of lemon juice, a lot of cayenne pepper, a lot of jalapeno pepper, some coriander, some turmeric, some tahini sauce, and then a little bit of water. And then I stirred all of that together. No salt, no pepper. Stirred that all together and boom, stirred it up and put it in here. And it was almost like a curry sauce. It was spicy tahini, but I think the turmeric and the coriander jumped it up a notch, mixing with the ginger and the garlic, and almost gave it like a curry flavor. It almost looks like a curry too because of the turmeric. So really, I could have put a dash of curry in here and really made it, you know. Or next time, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to make it the same way, but I'm going to put in some curry powder and a drop of coconut milk or cream. And it's really going to have that curry kick. Okay, so moving along, so that's what I'm eating on my fast, or breaking my fast with. I was going to take a bite, but I won't do that to you guys while I'm recording. These are 2 powders I also recommend you guys get that I take on the daily. Guanabana. Okay, let's start with this one. This is moringa powder. Okay, and I take this during the day. This is really good for helping with diabetes. It tries to help balance out your sugars, but also has a lot of all the vitamins and nutrients you need, like vitamins A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and iron. It has the moringa leaves are ground into an ultrafine powder, which allows it to dissolve completely. Moringa is an excellent source of protein, vitamin A. It's got protein in it too, y'all. Protein, vitamin A, potassium, calcium, and vitamin C. Gram for gram, moringa contains 2 times the amount of protein of yogurt, 4 times the amount of vitamin A as carrots, 3 times the amount of potassium as bananas, 4 times the amount of calcium as cow's milk, and 7 times the amount of vitamin C as oranges. So this is hella good for you guys. It boosts your immune system like no other, and it's just super, super good for your skin, for your hair, your nails, everything like that. And then, you know, of course, your immune system, your body functions so much better when your meridians in your system is just, it has the proper nutrients and minerals and vitamins. So that is in the morning. You can think of it as moringa. Moringa you take in the morning because it gives you kind of a kick of energy because of all the minerals and vitamins. Because when you have sufficient minerals and vitamins that your body needs, that's like your natural energy. It's burning natural energy, okay? So guanabana, aka soursop, aka jackfruit, this is that powder. You take this usually in the evening, or take it because, try it out. It makes you a little drowsy. It's kind of a mild sedative. But this is super good for your immune system, boosting it, you know what I'm saying? And it also boosts your metabolism, and it's really good for cancer and any kind of like ulcers that you might have. I used to have ulcerative colitis. This stuff right here is the truth. It really does help detox your liver and everything else. And I do recommend drinking it at night. And this is so great for boosting the immune system, for real, for real. This in the sauna is like just wonderful. So those 3 things I recommend, those 2, and then the peanut butter stuff that you guys saw. And, you know, now I'm breaking my fast. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys. Now I just wanted to share my journey for day 3 in breaking my fast. Stay tuned, soul tribe. Till then, keep tapping that divine essence. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Peace and love.